You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
And today we're breaking down the Marvel's official trailer.
That's what I'm just going to start off.
I
not sure how
completely
to
feel that, but we're once again joined by a live audience member, a friend Jacob from
Give it up
France,
for
joining us. So
Jacob.
we appreciate you listening in with us. So right off the bat intro, like you said,
Yeah, like there's not too much additional content from the previous trailer.
there wasn't, which maybe is a good thing. Maybe they were like, okay, we're not going to reveal too much. They showed a little bit more of the villain, which I truly still think is going to be the worst villain ever.
There's no way she's not the worst villain
She's
ever.
got to be, right?
I know.
Watch her be like the best, and we're like, whoa.
Nah, dude, listen, that would be over like my cold dead body. That's never gonna happen,
No,
man.
there's no way.
It's like, what even is there to reveal? Like,
Right.
they're gonna give her like some sob story background.
She's Ronan's daughter. That's what I'm visually thinking.
I mean, but even then, that's not going to pull in audiences.
It's
They're going to have, she's destroying the world, and then you got to get your 3 random teammates to stop her.
She's a villain though. That's gonna be like, I'm here to destroy the world. And then she's gonna have a sob story, and then at the end they're gonna pull her in and be like, oh, this was not right,
Yeah.
and then make her regret it. That's what's gonna
It
happen.
feels like a lesser version kind of Ragnarok, right? Where
does.
You were throwing in like a Valkyrie and a Thor and a Hulk and, a Loki.
It's a lot like Ragnarok.
to kind of stop Hela.
that's a
right?
good comparison.
It feels a lot like but just
does.
a lot worse.
A lot worse.
The comedy doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
Like Taika really struck gold with that movie, particularly.
And
Also,
then he
not the next.
fumbled the absolute
was,
next one.
I think this the worst.
I
MCU movie.
agree. I agree.
But it just feels like that, you know.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, it looks comedic. It looks like we don't want it. I mean,
It looks like we don't want it.
the originality of the plot, I like the idea of them 3 changing places because their powers are intertwined.
Yeah.
I like that.
We haven't seen that before.
No, I
in-
think
in
that's
Marvel.
cool. I think that's interesting to explore. I don't like the necessarily villain so far.
I know.
And then the other aspects of comedy, I'm not into either.
Yeah.
I like the more serious Marvel things we've gotten, like we've had with Wakanda Forever, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and then Secret Invasion now. I mean, those 3 to me have been really good. I've enjoyed all 3 of those things recently. I think they've been doing really well. But this one looks like we're reverting back, and I don't want to revert back. I want to revert forward. I want to go forward.
I know, especially with Deadpool 3 coming up, baby.
I know. We'll have to wait and see what that. So let's get into the trailer. We'll do shot by shot and just review it and go over it with you guys. So we start off seeing. It starts off with Carol Danvers, which interestingly enough, they did not do that with the last trailer, which I would have done because this is your leading role.
Yeah.
And we start out with Carol Danvers, who. I mean, again, we're not a huge fan of this character. We made that abundantly clear.
Ain't nobody like we say it every time we talk about
I
her.
know. It's unfortunate.
She tries to pretend like she doesn't know that we don't like her.
She does. She just tries to avoid it. But again, I'm just got to say, there's no way that this one's going to make $1 billion compared to the last one.
No, dude. I will say, bro, I really feel like the first is underrated. Like, I don't
not
think
a
it's
bad
bad,
movie.
but still,
Not the
$1 billion
best.
is. I think
Wild.
it was like the first like female led.
It was.
So I think that had a big thing to do with it.
that was
but
pretty
it's-
big,
I'm not
still.
totally discounting it, but it's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, no. All right, so then we get Nick Fury talk with Carol Danvers, and I'm really interested to see what Nick Fury's role is going to be in this movie compared to what we've seen so far in Secret Invasion, which I've really enjoyed. And my thing is, this movie looks like it takes place before Secret Invasion, and I really hope it does based off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to wait and see, and I wonder what his role. What do you think his role will be in this movie?
To be honest, I think it'd be relatively minor throughout the trailer. He's only shown really to be in the first part. I would assume like the first 10 to 15 minutes just on that ship.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty surprised to see him elsewhere because I don't know. He would be a big boost for this movie, but I feel like he would take a lot of attention away.
He would.
I feel like from what they're trying to accomplish.
But we might want that attention after
That's
we
what
watch
I'm
the
saying.
movie.
Like I want that,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're gonna do it.
No, probably not.
You know?
So you see, Carol Danvers is on some type of mission. She's in space. She's been avoiding Earth apparently for the last couple of years since after Endgame.
They hate her so much that I want her
Well,
to come
apparently
back.
there is some beef between not Kamala, but Carol Danvers and Monica. As we saw in WandaVision, Monica was talking about Carol Danvers. She just wanted to drop the topic because maybe
Yeah.
she left. Maybe she did something that, I mean, I don't know. She was a little girl when, she
Yeah.
left. So I don't know.
Sounds
what
like
to
some
see.
high school drama, if you ask me.
It could be.
Squash your beef, bro.
We'll see. But again, Monica Rambeau is still my favorite Marvel, I think, out of the
Yeah,
three.
no, for sure.
really do like her.
100%. She's dope.
And then we get a glimpse of the villain, who I really genuinely do think it's going to be Ronan's daughter of some capacity. She's a Ronan. She's Kree. So again, the whole Kree relation is just kind of, it's been, I mean, they didn't do it right originally, except for in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
And even then, he wasn't a super compelling villain.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
wasn't.
It was really just Chris Pratt and that team carrying. He was like,
Yeah.
he was decent. He was about average.
Right. So we'll have to see with the Kree relations. But then the villain calls Captain Marvel the Annihilator. So I'm wondering, like, how did she get this title? What did she do?
Dude, she's powerful.
She is very powerful. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some backstory here. Maybe she destroyed a planet on accident. Maybe she did something. I don't know. We'll have
She
to
fell
wait and
asleep
see.
while she was flying and
Just went right through a planet's
How
How unfortunate. She went through Alderaan. But
it was her.
it was her.
They just shot her out
She's
of
the Death Star.
She is
a part of it.
She's freaking. She got too much power.
She
bro.
does. And then we see the villain finds Kamala's second bangle, which I thought the whole purpose of the first Miss Marvel show was to explain that bangle and
I
stuff.
know.
I didn't think it had this kind of interest in this, but
I know, dude.
I guess, and then this is the reason that their powers are getting entangled, is because she's using Roman's hammer and then the bangles to display some type of cosmic power, which is big theme of this movie is the cosmic nature of this movie. And then we get some glimpses of stuff we've seen before with the first transfer of power. First, they switch places, yada, yada, yada. They talk about their powers and what they are. And I really enjoyed like them explaining their powers and the differences.
Yeah.
I enjoyed, Captain Marvel absorbs light. Monica Rambeau sees the light, and then Monica Rambeau can manipulate the light. So I think that's pretty neat.
How is seeing light a power though? Like, I see light. I'm looking at light.
Well,
right
I guess
now.
when we think of WandaVision, she could see the radio, the UV waves and all the different heat signatures.
I don't know about
that
all
kind
that.
of stuff. I don't really know. I guess they'll explain their powers more in depth.
I hope
here.
so.
I hope they mention Wanda that gave her the powers, because
I
Wanda
know,
gave her
dude.
the powers. So mention it.
I know, bro.
Please.
She would be so cool if they put her in this movie.
It would be so. She'd take over it though.
She would,
It would
bro.
immediately
She
be like,
would.
this is her movie. You
I
know?
know.
Everybody would like
Shout out
that.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes, we
Freaking
can't get enough
goat.
of Elizabeth Olsen.
Freaking goat.
So we get that Monica is visiting with. So apparently she's still working with Nick Fury. She got called up by a scroll at the end of WandaVision
Yeah.
to work with him on Saber, and they're working together. They go to visit Kamala. Then Captain Marvel shows up, and then Captain Marvel just seems like she wants nothing to do with any of them at this point in time.
Mm.
We get Kamala falling down in the sky, and then Monica. Can Monica fly? I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe she can. I don't know what.
Well, she can can she shoot like blast?
I think so.
She could just like shoot it down and propel herself.
Well, I don't know.
know.
We haven't really seen much of her powers yet.
Yeah, she just got him in WandaVision, so
Yeah,
she'll be learning them.
I'm excited to see her in that. Then we get a fight between your villain and your This one actually it looks like a third act fight to me. I mean, it was just weird to show in a trailer. Then we get the Nick Fury shooting some. He's got some action, so maybe he's more involved than we thought. They go to this planet looking. We get the Statue of Liberty where Tom Holland destroyed in No Way Home. And then we get this looking kind of community, whether like an Indian community in space, cosmic kind of thing.
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's wild.
Yep. The one thing I have to point out is the CGI in this movie looks pretty good.
It looks really good.
It looks solid.
I
do
bet the
appreciate
budget
that.
for this movie is pretty big.
It's pretty high, which, to
be honest,
a lot of the
they got a good
CGI in
cast.
previous Marvel movies has lacked, but this one looks pretty decent. But the comedy in this movie is just what's killing me.
I
man.
know, dude.
Like the whole comedy and the dialogue that we're getting here is just not very interesting. We're over comedic Marvel. We're wanting serious Marvel.
I know.
back.
We want a more darker tone.
We want that. But I mean, I understand that this movie may not be, but we need that. All right. Then we get, are we a team? Yada, yada, yada. Then working together and fighting again. They're showing a lot of the action in this trailer. So I'm wondering, like,
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to they know that only that maybe can save it. Like, it just makes me dread the dialogue and what's gonna happen when there's no action scenes.
prediction right now, our number one con of this movie will be the dialogue.
Yeah, 100%.
I 100% can see it already.
You're
It's gonna be the
telling me
dialogue.
that our powers are connected, and that
How?
every time we use them, we change places.
Wait, your name's Captain Marvel? My name's
mine
Miss Marvel? We must be the
The
Marvels.
Marvels.
We're going to
Or
get
something
that.
like that. How about we make a team? Must have something to do with the Marvels.
The Marvels. Our abilities are marvelous. Oh, my goodness.
They're really gonna do something like that.
Absolutely.
Who's making this movie? Who's
I don't know who's
that?
directing this movie. I have no idea. I don't know if it's the same director as the original Captain Marvel or not.
Who
but
directed that? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was a female director, but I'm not sure of her name.
Yeah.
And then we got this cool shot that I actually really appreciate of Kamala coming in with her fist. Carol Danvers has got Ronan's hammer, and then Monica Rambeau is using light power balance and shooting it out at the villain. So that's a pretty cool shot, I must say, of the action there. As you're looking up the director. And then we get the main title sequence, and then we get an image of the Flarkins with Nick Fury. So again, did you find the director there?
It's Nia DaCosta.
I don't know who that is.
Nia DaCosta.
Any other credits there?
What has she done? She has done. Oh, she did Candyman in 2021, and then like Little Woods in 2018, and that's all.
Okay.
So she's like really, really, really new apparently.
Okay. Well, maybe she'll kill it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But again, like we already touched on, this movie doesn't look all that appealing. I'm definitely not looking forward to it. So super early rating out of 10 predictions.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5.5.
5.5.
An air on the lower side.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say 6, but I really don't see it going above a 6. I honestly don't. But we'll have to wait. It may shock us. It may surprise us. It may be like, whoa, this is actually really good.
Know. They really have to play on the originality of the whole.
We did hear, some of the early screenings were pretty decent. They said it was pretty good. So maybe it'll surprise us. We'll have to wait.
If there's good chemistry between those three, I think maybe
you could save some.
It's hard to make up for a lack of a great villain.
Absolutely.
Like when you think of the best Marvel films, all of them have a terrific villain.
Absolutely, I agree.
So we'll see. We'll see. We'll be in theaters sometime
absolutely.
in November to watch it.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast, Here's in the Moment, is available on all major podcast platforms, so check it out. If you want to stay up to date with our social media, check out our Instagram at Here's in the Moment.
And we just want to thank y'all for listening, and as always, we love you 3000.